guess what, everybody? We are talking Marvel Zombies, beginning our Halloween season here on Two Geeks. And by golly, we've saved it for the podcast. And Mike, I have words here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show, Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most beardiest dude we know, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. Do you see me?
I do see you, yes.
Okay, because my computer is doing something funny. I'm getting allocating resources on the EVMux.
Oh, interesting.
App, so I don't know what's going on, and I don't really have a lot open either.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we see you and hear you just fine. So
okay.
while you're looking at that,
it says syncing, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's interesting. So, real quick, say shout out to Sam. Sam, hello. He says hello, everyone. Hello.
Good morning, Sam.
Sam. And well, Mike's figuring that out, everybody. We've got a jam-packed show for you today because we have, not only are we talking about Marvel Zombies, which won't take long, in my opinion. I'm just kidding. But we also have some great stuff going on. We're going to talk. We've got geeky news actually today, which should be an interesting conversation. And we also have Geekdar, some different things that we have. If you're new to the show, thanks so much for joining us, because we specifically love to talk about all things geekdom. And what we'll do is in our show, first we talk about geeky news. What are things that are happening in the news that's happened in the news recently? And then also we will talk Geekdar. So what are some things in our geeky world that we've done in the last couple of weeks, anything that we're reading, anything we're watching, anything we're talking about, and then we get to what we call the main event. And the main event is kind of the topic of the show that you'll see that we're talking about today, Marvel Zombies. So with that said, Mike, are you ready to roll into the old geeky news?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, I did a refresh. I was worried that it would do that thing where it wouldn't let me back in and everything. So,
oh, good call. Yeah, nope, you're in. You're good.
Unfortunately, it looks like we're not live on Rumble. Something happened to the stream, so I will get the Rumble one up later today. Yes, I'm ready for geeky news. I have a rant.
Oh, all right. Well, tell us the rant.
All right. So first of all, let me bring in. Let me do a share screen here. So There is a rumor that has been swirling around all this week, and the rumor is that we have a new casting for the new movie. Was it Jedi Starfighter or Starfighter, whatever? Ryan Gosling, so on and so forth, and supposedly Amy Adams has been cast to be in the film. And of course, since Amy Adams is a redhead, and they're claiming she is playing the mother of a Jedi child, automatically everyone assumes this is Mara Jade because of this. I have problems with this. First of all, I want to clarify. Normally, we don't do spoilers for news. We are rumors for news, but this one I wanted to talk about. So it appears that Amy Adams actually has been cast. I don't have an issue with that. That's fine. I really don't think I've ever seen any of Amy Adams' movies or television shows.
Oh, she's a great actress.
Is she?
Great.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt that she could play Mara Jade. She definitely looks the part. Let's see. We got a picture of her on this article. There she is. She definitely looks the part. I have no issue with that. Mm-hmm. I have an issue with bringing in the character Mara Jade 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker, the last official Star Wars movie that we saw in theaters. I have a problem with bringing her in at that point in the timeline, because if we do this, we are completely and totally erasing the heritage of her character.
You do know her.
I do?
She's Lois Lane.
In Man of Steel.
Oh, okay. She's Man of Steel, Lois Lane. Yeah, I liked her as Lois Lane. She was good. Okay, all right. I didn't realize that's who she was.
Yeah, another good one is Arrival. That's a good one.
I saw that listed, but I've never seen that movie.
It's good. It is true sci-fi kind of a thing. What I mean by that, not a thinking person sci-fi, but there's a sci-fi mystery in it. Like it's all about language. How aliens come to Earth, and she's a linguist, and they're trying to figure out how to communicate to these aliens. But it gets mind blowing at the end. It's really good. Jeremy Renner's in it. And that's a good one. She was also in Enchanted. I have not seen Enchanted openly, the Disney Enchanted.
Yeah, that was one of the listings I saw also.
I hate that movie. I love Amy Adams. I love her. I hate that movie.
Okay.
So I want to make sure people do not think that I am crapping on Amy Adams. I'm not in the least.
Yeah.
I just do not like the idea of bringing Mara Jade into the timeline after Rise of Skywalker, because again, this destroys the legacy that Timothy Zahn built with that character. And let's face it, Mara Jade is actually one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. I love the Mara Jade character. She is fantastic. She's a great, strong female lead. And I love her storyline. The fact that she was secretly the Emperor's hand.
Yes.
She was the Emperor's personal assassin. And I think that's a fantastic story. And then you could say Timothy Zahn retconned Return of the Jedi slightly by implanting her into the story of Return of the Jedi, where she's actually there to witness Luke Skywalker, or well, not Luke. Luke doesn't do it, but witness Vader throw the Emperor
Palpatine over the
right, and she holds Skywalker responsible for Palpatine's death, her master's death, and she vows to destroy Skywalker. That's what she wants to do. Yeah. So I love that storyline. And then as they meet, they actually end up having to team up and work together. And then eventually they fall in love, and eventually Luke marries Mara, and they have a child, Ben Skywalker, so on and so forth. Okay. I love that storyline. I think it's fantastic. And Mara Jade is a great character. If you bring her in during the Starfighter show movie, you can't have her be the Emperor's hand. You can't have her be Luke's wife. Her child wouldn't be Luke's son or daughter, or whoever they end up going with, so on and so forth. It completely erases who Mara Jade is. You might as well give her a different name, make her a different character, and go from there. Do not give her the Mara Jade name. We discussed Mara Jade. I think it was on our very first episode. If it wasn't our first episode, it was our second.
It was super early. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of our earliest episodes. We discussed Mara Jade again. I have big feelings on Mara Jade, on the Mara Jade character. And I have a theory that the Mara Jade character could fix a good portion of The Last Jedi. She could fix curmudgeon Luke. All we have to do, this is pretty simple too. All we have to do, we plug that character in there, okay, as the Emperor's hand, as his secret assassin, okay. We give her that same storyline, and then we give her the similar storyline of her meeting up with Luke and, you know, going through all the main points of the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Of course, we have to get rid of some things because, you know, they destroyed some of that using the current sequel. But you can put in the main pieces there, okay? And then we can still have at the end Mara Jade and Luke get married, okay? And even have a kid. That would be fine, okay?
Yeah.
As Luke and Mara are starting the Jedi Academy, that's when Kylo Ren loses it. He kills Mara Jade. He destroys the Academy. And boom, we have a reason for curmudgeon Luke. Because there is no reason for curmudgeon Luke currently in the sequel. There's no reason for him to be like he is. But if we do this, it even gives an excuse for him wanting,
being so grumpy and
being grumpy, having that feeling that he wants to kill Kylo Ren because, you know, there was that, you know, aspect of it. All of that would make sense. It would make perfect sense. There you go. I fixed a good portion of The Last Jedi for you. You're welcome, Disney.
Real quick, nobody for 117. Nobody for anybody. Sorry, it's going to take us a little bit, man. He says hi. Jeff says this. You know, Disney is going to mess this up.
Oh, I know.
And
that's why
he also said Mara Jade is a favorite of mine, but I have no faith Disney is not going to retcon this. And
that's exactly what I'm afraid of.
And nobody full says I want Disney to go that way, but somebody who loves Star Wars to tell Star Wars. Agreed. Someone who understands the canon and all that to tell Star Wars.
Exactly.
I would concur. Jeff comes back and says a way they could retcon this is to make Sebastian Stan to be the new Luke. Just saying.
I don't have an issue with that either. There was a time I was completely against the idea of recasting the young cast of Star Wars, you know, a young Luke Skywalker, a young Princess Leia, and a young Han Solo. Well, we've already recast a young Han Solo. We've done it.
Right.
I didn't hate the movie. I know a lot of people did, but I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was okay. It wasn't half bad. And I actually like the idea of Sebastian Stan taking over for younger Luke. I think that would be incredible.
Yeah. Nobody agrees with you. Let me rephrase it. Nobody for anybody. Nobody
agrees with you. That sounded funny.
Oh gosh.
I love it.
He's agreeing about Sebastian Stan there.
Right.
Thanks, man. Yes. Appreciate it.
I mean, he looks like a young Luke. I mean, or, you know, young Mark Hamill. So I think that would work. Right. I am not opposed to this idea anymore of recasting now I'm opposed to remaking the original films. I don't want that done. I'm not saying that. But if you wanted to tell stories of that, you know, that timeline, I don't have a problem recasting them anymore. That's all went away now. It went bye-bye. So yeah, to put a point on everything, I hope that Disney does not make Amy Adams Mara Jade in this sense. If they want to bring her in earlier in the timeline and kind of keep those main points of, I mean, I understand you have to change things because of the way they've done the sequels at this point. I get it. Yeah. There's some things you have to change about that character, but don't take away the main principles of the original character. Leave those in place because that's what makes the character intriguing. That's what gives her a legacy. So,
yeah,
I'm stepping off my soapbox now.
Yeah, let me show you this. So, Jeff says, agreed. Do Heir to the Empire and recast.
Amen to that. Preach it, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I concur. I concur. Well, hey, that was a 10-minute rant, dude. Well done.
Oh, thank you. I saw this week, and I'm like, I have to talk about this because I'm furious. I hate this idea.
Yeah.
Again, nothing against Amy Adams. She's fine. No problem there.
Yeah.
I just don't want her to play Mara Jade in this part of the timeline.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. I hear you. Normally, everybody, we don't do rumors. I don't think that's going to be the case. I can't imagine that being the case. I don't know why when someone picked it up and did the rumors. That just tells you how popular Mara Jade is.
I can tell you why, because Disney's stupid. That's why. I believe they will do this.
Nobody Fool says, I vote Michael to buy Star Wars. Yeah.
I don't have what, let's see, Lucas sold it for what, $4 billion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Disney wants more than $4 billion for it now. So unless you're going to help me out with it, you know what? It's going to take a whole lot of Ko-fi subscribers to do that.
That's pretty funny. All right. I don't have any other geeky news other than I think I'm going to try to go see Tron Ares because I love Tron.
Are you? Okay.
I think so. I really enjoyed the first one as a kid, and then I really enjoyed Legacy, just because Daft Punk did the music. Because the music is a character in those films too, so it's not just But anyway, I'm just nerding out on that. But
no, that's all right.
Nobody Fool says, let's go start a GoFundMe. Not a bad idea.
I love it. I love it.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go into our we'll go into Geekdar here real quick. You all set?
Yep.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
All right.
Did you hear Rick Moranis is coming back for another movie? Strange Brew 2.
What?
Yeah. Him and Dave Thomas are coming back as the McKenzie brothers. Take off, eh? You hoser.
That's awesome.
I'm actually more excited about that than I am Spaceballs 2.
What?
Oh,
That's surprising.
I love the McKenzie brothers, man.
That'd be pretty good.
I love Spaceballs too.
Yeah.
I love both of them.
You mean Spaceballs also, or you love Spaceballs too?
Yeah, I love Spaceballs also. I guess I can't really say I love Spaceballs 2 because it's not even made yet, but
right.
You knew what I meant. Anyway.
Oh, Jeff said this. Hey, if we're still in the news, I came in late. I heard the great author Michael Shanks had an interview this week.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up. I wasn't going to bring it up in news, but yeah.
Gosh.
Thank you.
Yes,
I did. There. I did. Jeff and Zig of Nerdery and Murdery were kind enough to invite me over to their show and do an interview about my book, The Immortality Code, which has been out for almost a year now. October 15th will be the 1 year anniversary of the book. And I'm still currently working on my second book. But you can go check out that interview at Nerdery and Murdery. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Zig and Jeff.
You can check it out on the YouTube page. On their YouTube page, it's up now. And the audio, you could either do the audio or the video. They have both up. Or go to their podcast and subscribe to their podcast, actually, because it's really good stuff too. Nerdery and Murdery.
They have a great show.
Well, that's part of mine, because I have started. This is my Kindle, so I have started Prime Numbers. There's Mike has the book too as well, Jeffrey. And hey, Jeff, I got to tell you. So I am. Let's see where I'm at. Let me have it change.
I'm on chapter 3. I can tell you that right now.
This is where I'm at in the book. So I am. I'm chapter 4. I just started chapter 4.
You're one chapter ahead of me.
So it is good. I'm really enjoying it. Jeff has written in a great way. Just in what I can speak to of these first 3 chapters is great introduction to the characters. You can visualize where they're at. You can visualize the characters. You already pick up in those 3 chapters the personalities of all of them. which is good. And so it's so far it's a fun read.
I still don't know who my favorite character is yet.
I'm afraid to say because there's real people involved on that. Some of it. They're based on, I don't want to make anybody mad.
Well, I know who Jeff's going to say. He's going to say, "Well, it's Primus, of course."
Primus, of course. Yeah, right. So Nobody Fool 117 says, "Bought book, have not yet started yet. Prime numbers." Hey, thanks for buying the book. Thanks for supporting our friend. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. There's Jeff. Hey, yay! So appreciate you, Jeff. It actually is. I'm enjoying it quite a bit and stuff. Yeah, here you go. Here's the answer to your question. Primus.
Primus, I knew that. I knew that was coming. I really like Primus a lot. He's a fun character, and I like Darkwind. It's Darkwind. Zig's character a lot too. I don't know. I like all the characters. It's hard to pick a favorite right now.
Yeah. I'm interested in Athena's character, where that's going to take us openly. I'm intrigued by her. Oh yeah, Jeff says thank you. Yes, very much. The other thing is, what's really interesting, even in these first ones, is it seems like we are starting to get the underpinnings of having to come to grips with. There's these people who have been taken into this world, ominous, and then they're wrestling with who they are as their characters versus who they are. So in other words, the personality blendings of kind of struggling with, I am this person, but by golly, I'm having a lot of fun being this character in real life kind of a situation, and then going back and forth. So I'm looking forward to how all of it plays out. That's the whole, we've already got the, hey, it's going to be the end of the world or end of the universe kind of a thing if we don't step up kind of things. Like,
right.
The stakes are high.
Sorry, my dog just bursted in. I'm trying to keep her out.
That's all right. That's okay. All right. Anything else? Let's see. We've got more.
I thought I had something else. But
okay. Well, I'll continue real quick. So first off, I got this great package the other day from this guy I know. He's a really cool guy and all. And in my little FedEx package from Mike, thank you so much for the gift. I love it. Mr. Mike got it for me. I got the Batman and Robin Batman Day. There goes the Batman Day comic, along with not just the Batman Robin one, but also the... We'll see. There's the Batman Day. Oops, no, right there. I'm reversed. But Finest Batman Year 2, number 1.
Yep.
So Batman Day Special Edition, and then in with a backboard and sleeve and everything. So Deadpool and Batman, but also because he knows it's one of my favorites, Green Arrow with Daredevil, and there's also Captain America and Wonder Woman in here.
Right. Yes.
And all. So I was like, what? So Mike, thank you so much for the gift.
You're
I really appreciate it.
As soon as
it was a nice treat to a really rough week at work.
Yeah, and you had no idea that was coming either. So
I had none whatsoever.
Yeah. No, when I found out there was a Green Arrow Daredevil cover, I was like, oh my God, I got to get this for Steven because he's going to love this cover. And I knew you don't really have a comic book shop that you can go to near you.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to get it for you. You should have gotten a sticker too. Was there a sticker in there?
Not just one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2.
Nice. So, yeah.
So fantasy. Oh, here, let me hold it by here. Fantasy Books.
Yeah, that's Fantasy Books. Belleville's new logo.
Wait, look, they're the same size. I'm just kidding. This is, hey everybody, if you've ever been fishing, this is how you do it. Here is my fish. No matter what size it is.
That's how the TARDIS fits inside the TARDIS, actually.
Aha. Good call.
That's the way the Fourth Doctor explained it in an episode.
Yep. And then also one other last thing on my thing is some of you may know, some of you may not know, I'm a big fan of Dr. Michael Heiser. So he has got a book. This is his newest revised and updated edition. He passed away, and they took all his notes that he was working on expanding this. He was actually working on a sequel. They decided to take all of his notes and all the questions and stuff and do an expanded version. And this is a Christian theology of the supernatural. And you can go on YouTube and look up, you can look up The Unseen Realm. And there is a 1-hour documentary that's hosted by those of you who have seen Psych, the main Psych character, his dad, Corbin Benson, is that his name? Gosh, I can't even remember now all of a sudden. But he kind of hosts it. But you get this really nice little documentary on the Unseen Realm. And so those of you who may be interested in spiritual things, spiritual, like the I don't want to say spirit worlds, kind of sounds weird, but that's probably, the unseen realm, the supernatural that we don't see. It is an incredible view and theological framework around that. And it'll blow your mind. For those who've been Christians for a long time and you've never heard Michael Heiser, I encourage you to check him out because it is very intriguing. He passed away several years ago, and he ended up having cancer and passed away, but this is their newest expanded edition. Oh yeah, here, let me show you this too. So I'm going to take off the cover because the cover's got it's black cover and stuff like that, just no whatever. But if you take a look at the book itself, it is Michael Heiser's thing, and you can't see it, but embedded in it is a Dore woodcut.
You got it upside down.
Well, it's sideways. Sorry, there we go. It's side. So there's a Dore woodcut, but on the back is Psalm 82 in the Hebrew.
Oh, that's cool. Neat.
Yeah, in a nice shiny kind of thing. It's a beautiful book. Beautiful book. Anyway, all right. So I'm nerding out to that. And now I just lost my place where I actually was reading, where I was at in reading. So I'm reading.
I guess there's not a electronic version of that.
There is not yet. You can get it in the Logos software.
Okay.
Right now, but there's not an ebook version that I'm aware of yet. Gotcha. Not yet. So, but this one's almost an academic book because he cites all his sources and all the research and stuff that he's done. But there's a easier to read version called Supernatural, and there's a digital copy of that. And I encourage people to start with that one because that just gives you just the good meat without all the technical stuff, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so yeah, here, let me yeah, here we go. I'll share my screen here real quick for those that want to see what it looks like. So
okay,
Supernatural. Here, I'll bring it up in Amazon. It'll be easier to see. You can get the original version of Unseen Realm digitally. The one I have is the new revised and expanded. But you can go to here. We'll go to. But Supernatural is the easier to read version. See, I have the audiobook. But that's what it looks like. Okay. And it's what the Bible teaches about the unseen world and why it matters. And the research is good because it really, how shall I say, you can get what's Kindle. Kindle is only $5.99 right now.
I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, and I have it on Kindle as well. I'm just a big fan of his work. But on YouTube, let me go to YouTube real quick, everybody. Sorry, this is going to see, I'm nerding out about this because I'm really interested. So not only am I reading Jeff's book, but I'm also reading this book as well right now. But if you go to YouTube, everyone's going to see my YouTube page. If you go to,
hey, I like that first one there on YouTube right there.
You like that first one? That's us doing our thing right now. That's so meta. But look for this. You're going to see this Unseen Realm documentary film with Dr. Heiser. Came out. They made it available for free 2 years ago on YouTube. Logos did, and it's already gotten 3.2 million views in just 2 years. Gets 51, according to vidIQ, it gets 51 views per hour. So, and then there are conferences and all kinds of stuff if you're really getting nerdy. But this is your best, if you like to watch stuff, this is your best visual reference. So the Unseen Realm documentary film.
Cool.
And I had purchased this actually before they made it available for YouTube. And I can tell you, it is worth the 1 hour and 11 minutes to watch. So there you go. Okay. I nerded out on 2 books, Jeff's and Unseen Realm. So just so you guys know, I used some of this material to help me with my book. I have to rewrite my book on certain things right now. So I'm a little delayed where I want to be for everybody. But for those of you who are all Ko-fi subscribers, one-time years subscribers or just one time, it's going to be available on our Ko-fi page. So, but the goal is to get it out. I wanted it out by this weekend, but I've had other things pop up. So I'm hoping to have that out for everybody just because I have to rewrite parts of it. And I can explain that later in an interview or something when Mike interviews me for the book.
We talked about that slightly in my interview with Jeff and Zig, because they mentioned your book, and I said Stevens is coming, but he unfortunately had to do some rework on it, but it's definitely coming. So
yeah. So some of my book is based on some of the viewpoint within this. And I'll introduce more to it in the other books.
I can't wait for your book. Your book is going to be great.
Yeah, thanks.
Forward to that. So
yeah. So Ko-fi gets it, and then as Ko-fi gets it, after that is when I'll put it on Amazon. After it's on Ko-fi first. So yeah. Nice. All right. Do you have anything else for?
No, I thought I had something, but I don't remember what it was. So let's move on.
Okay. All right. If you happen to think of it, we'll still do it, though. All right. Let's go to the main event. It's time for the main event. Woohoo! All right. Today, everybody, we're talking Marvel Zombies. I have words.
I have our scale.
Do what?
I have our scale. I know what we're using.
What's our scale for today? Yeah.
Megan, what was our scale last week in your Hazbin hotel?
Severed exorcist heads.
Right. So this week's scale is similar to that. It's going to be severed Scott Lang heads.
I like severed things.
Yeah. It took me a minute in the show. I'm like, that looks like that looks like Sorcerer Supreme K.
Right.
But that doesn't look like him in the head thing. I'm like, wait a minute, who is that? So
it took me a bit to figure it out, and then I was like, oh wait, okay, it's Scott Lang's head, but he's being carted around by Doctor Strange's cape, which I mean made sense,
Right?
I was like, okay, I get it. It was kind of cool after I figured out what the world was.
Yes, agreed.
It was funny.
Yes.
Oh, one of the better moments.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well, here's what I'll say. I'll start off because I can't say too much because much of what I'm going to say about it is going to be spoilerific territory.
Sure.
So I want to be careful here. So I'll start off with my scale, with my score, and then I'll talk about the things that I really thought were great about it, and then I have to hold off on some of my score. So here's the deal. First off, animation is fantastic.
Agreed.
Animation's great.
Top notch.
And do what?
Top notch.
It is top notch. 100%. I will tell you that my favorite character in there was Khonshu Blade. Loved Khonshu Blade. Favorite character. There's a scene, everybody, where he's, it's Blade, but he's got also Moon Knight powers, but he takes his, and it's just the perfect combination for this show. I mean, for the series, the 4-part series. He takes the blade and when the blade passes in front of them, in the animation, because the animation's great, everybody, it's worth seeing for the animation. I'll say that. When the blade passes through and you see Khonshu's face as it passes through, that was fantastic. I was like, oh, that was great. And then there's a scene that has already been shown.
Live action Blade Moon Knight. That's what I want. Live action
right?
Blade
It
Moon
was
Knight.
great. It was really good. So that was good. The two things that really deter it for me are, one, it was hard to know story-wise where things were headed or what was going on. It was really difficult for me to kind of get into it from a story point of view. And then the other part I got to save till later. So I give it a 5 out of 10. The animation gives it the 5. So 5 out of Scott Lang heads. And so, well, that's mine. 5 out of 10. That's mine.
Wow. We are on the exact same wavelength.
Okay.
I was really excited when you presented me with the trailer for this. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we were like, and everybody, there's a video of us reacting to it too, by the way, if you can go back and see it.
And we were really excited. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. And we both are fans of DC, the deceased comic world. I really, really enjoyed that storyline. Now, I've never read Marvel Zombies. So if anyone in the chat has read Marvel Zombies, please tell us what you thought of Marvel Zombies comics compared to the animation. I'm guessing the comics are much more better. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
And that's just a guess because I haven't read them, but I know there's a lot of fans of this series, which is why they made it. Again, I was very excited about it going into it. Animation is fantastic. I did enjoy the fact that a specific character had not died that I thought had died, and then we got introduced to him in the 3rd episode. So I was happy about that. It was weird the way we did it because it was kind of this backward storytelling in the middle of it, which kind of threw me off a little bit, but okay. And I agree with Steven. Blade is probably the best character in the whole thing. Love Blade.
Brenda said he was great.
Fantastic. But I felt the same thing when Blade showed up in
in Wolverine, Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly, as excited as I was about having Wolverine and Deadpool, when Blade showed up, I was even more excited.
Did the whole theater go crazy when you saw it?
Yes.
Same here. The whole theater.
And
I was one of them.
Nobody knew that he was going to be in the film.
Yeah.
It was a complete and total surprise. I have to give Marvel Disney kudos on that one. That was
keeping
good.
It secret.
Yeah, that was really good how they did that. And I don't think I realized that Blade was in this either. So it was a nice surprise. He's definitely the gem of this, if there is a gem to this. So I give it a 5 decapitated Scott Lang heads.
Nice. Also another 5. All right. Well, everybody, we're going to take Nobody Fool's recommendation. He said, go ahead and spoil it. Not going to watch. No spoiler here. So we're going to move into spoilerific territory now that we've given our scores. Everybody who are regular members of the show, regular watchers of the show, and thank you for being regular watchers of the show. We love interacting with everybody on the chats and stuff. And it's so great to see you guys. It helps us enjoy the time together.
Well, in your chats, you guys inputting into the chat helps enhance the show too, in my opinion. You give us some things to talk about also that we may not have thought about. So we really appreciate
we love hanging out with everybody. So well, everybody, for those that know, I hate it when the good guys do not win in the end. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Um,
Are we skipping already to the end?
No. Well, I'm just telling them that's we don't have to skip to the end, but just nobody for anybody. It's nobody's fool. Sorry, I'm trying to get his name. I'm gonna. It's so hard to do that. I'm so used to saying nobody for anybody. Nobody fool. So I would say we'll get into more detail on it, but it was not a ending where it wasn't an ending where the good guys win in some way, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what the heck I watched at the end.
Right.
I was so confused. I'm like,
the animation was great. The battles were great. That big battle at the end, the fourth thing, the whole battle with all different things, and we'll talk about the end in a minute. But
Iron Man's body with the teddy bear head, that was funny.
That was funny. That was good. Yes, Jarvis.
Was that supposed to be okay? The voice, was that supposed to be Iron Man's wife? I can't think of what her name is.
Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper Potts. Was that supposed to be Pepper Potts?
No. They found an empty suit, Jarvis, and so it was a Jarvis suit that didn't have a head to it.
Right.
No.
They female.
Right, because that was the female Jarvis.
Oh,
one.
Okay.
So it could have been Pepper. It could have been Pepper's. That's a good point. No, they did find his body inside of that, and they took it out because he didn't need it anymore.
and what was that, Megan?
You said it was a female Jarvis. Do you mean Karen?
Oh my God! Please tell me it's not Karen. Please tell me the name's not Karen.
No, that's what Spider-Man's. When he has the glasses, really? Her name's Karen.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know. I just know it was a female voice, so I kind of thought maybe it was the voice of Pepper Potts is what I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, I knew it wasn't Pepper Potts because I'm sure Pepper Potts died in the zombie apocalypse also. But
yeah, I mean, it was. So the best we can tell you story-wise, everybody, is you come walking into it, zombie apocalypse kind of a thing. Don't know really kind of sort of how it started, but you're just thrown into the middle of it. Fine. I'm okay with that. I was like, okay, sure. They didn't really talk about really how it got started or what occurred, but you did see all this where all these people who are battling and fighting and it was interesting.
When we get to the what is it, the city on the sea or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which was
I got a major Walking Dead governor vibe off of that. I was like, this is the governor all over again. That's gotcha. All this is.
And it was Zemo was the one who was the governor.
Governor.
Yeah. I story-wise, it was all over the map. It did end up being kind of like what's the MacGuffin? There's we've got this little thing. We don't know what it is, but we've got it. And then we find out what it is. And then we got to take it somewhere to try to get it up into space. And then, and then maybe it'll work or whatever. So it's,
that's true. Okay. That's true. They didn't even know.
So nobody, Fool 117 says, in the actual Marvel Zombies comics, the good guys don't win.
Oh, that means Steven's not going to like it.
Yeah.
I don't that doesn't mean I necessarily won't like it because I don't always necessarily I mean, I would like to see the good guys win, but sometimes a story does need to have a different type of ending. So I'm not necessarily opposed to that as long as it's a good story and there's a good reason we get there. That's my preface on that. And now Deceased, the good guys do win in the end. It is the heroes. Now we lose a lot of heroes. We lose a whole lot of heroes.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too. And in this, we lose a lot of heroes also. In fact, I was like, really? We lost Cap. We lost some of the biggest Marvel hard hitters in this, which kind of blows my mind. And I do like, and DC did this too. I do like the fact that Brenda didn't care for this much, but I liked it when the heroes, when they become zombified, they still have their abilities, which makes them super dangerous. And I think that adds an element to these types of zombie stories that you don't get like in The Walking Dead, or zombie stories like that. I mean, in The Walking Dead, the zombies at one point just become background fodder is what they end up being. And unless there's a major horde, they're not really, or if they somehow sneak up on you, they're not really all that deadly, actually. In here, no, they are deadly, every single one of them.
They're not mindless to a certain degree.
Yeah, exactly. They can still, they have enough faculty to still control their powers and understand how their powers work. Which
learn, because that was part of the story.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Because Thanos was a zombie who had the thing. I thought, oh, that's kind of a nice touch, but how did we get here? That was my problem. It was really difficult. It's like, oh, we'll just throw this in, and just because we want everybody fighting. And
it was funny when what's her face, the sidekick to Hawkeye. Why can't I think of her name? When she gets the trick arrow.
Oh yeah.
And she's all excited about. I did think this was funny. And she's all excited about the trick arrow that she gets, and then she shoots it. And what happened to it?
It's like confetti. It's a confetti bomb or something like that.
But then, then it turns out to be a big bomb. And it was like, oh wow. So at first you thought, oh crap, this was just kind of a silly arrow. And then you find out, oh no, this had a big impact. It was actually so I enjoyed that. That was good. The other thing I enjoyed was, and I hinted at this earlier, Spider-Man. Because going into it, I thought Spider-Man was dead. And then we find out in episode 3, no, Spider-Man is very much alive. In fact, he does that cool move where he jumps over the zombie horde and he shoots out all the spider webs and rips off a bunch of their heads.
All their heads, yeah. This is definitely a mature animation for sure. Yeah. And that's what we liked about it. I was like, okay, you're dealing with zombies, then it's more adultish kind of a thing. But yeah, that scene was great. That was another good one.
So I really enjoyed Spider-Man. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, those are probably the highlights. Those are my 3 highlights: the trick arrow, Spider-Man, and Blade Moon.
Okay,
those are my 3 highlights of the entire 4 episodes right there.
Yeah, each episode, everybody, I know it says like 38 minutes or whatever, but they're only about 20-25 minutes realistically because of the credits and stuff. So
yeah, you got to have the obligatory 10-minute Disney credits at the end, where they credit everybody on the planet and they name every zombie and all that good stuff, and then they have to thank them in 60 different languages, and like all these people are actually watching and reading this stuff,
right? Yeah.
Sorry.
So I mean, it was a quick watch. There's only 4 episodes, but I tell you what, once I got to the end, I was just like, really? There's a couple of things about the end. I mean, okay, one of the big spoilers, everybody, is you have Hulk becomes like Infinite Hulk kind of a thing or something.
I kind of liked that though.
I did. I liked it.
Kind of cool.
It was. I agree. It was like they got shattered or whatever, and he consumed all of the power and ended up. That's what. Again, Wanda, a bad person, Scarlet Witch, being the main evil and all. Mike called it a long time ago. Everybody, I have to give a credit again where credit's due. He called it. I'm not happy about it, but that's just how it is.
Oh, that Wanda would be the big bad.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think it's just getting to the point where Wanda's always the big bad now.
Right.
I mean, it's just their go-to baddie now at this point.
Yeah.
It's like Marvel, you need to back off of Wanda for a while.
Right.
Come up with a new nemesis. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so with that, I would say the fight sequence with all of that just was great. To see Infinite Hulk battle this zombie horde was awesome. I really enjoyed that. That whole fight sequence was great. That's where Spider-Man rips the heads off, and then you get to see the other Pym family zombies.
Yeah,
and, where they're at, and there was, there was a nice little scale to that. It's almost like they created Wanda be always bad equals lazy writing. Yes,
I totally agree.
Totally agree. It's like they wrote all these action sequences, and then this is all the stuff we want action-wise that we want. Now we just got to figure out a way to put it into a story, if that makes sense. And you just don't do that. Story. What's the big thing on Pixar storytelling? Story comes first. Always. Story comes
first. Yep.
And so it's it is what it is, kind of a thing. And all. But I did enjoy Infinite Hulk. I thought it was kind of a cheap trick at the end, like all of a sudden she's there and now she's sucking up their powers, and then I was like, why is what's her name? The whole thing kind of revolves around her. You realize the one character from the from the Marvels, and I liked her. I liked her character in this. And then all of a sudden at the end, I'm going to grab her hand. I'm like, really? Really? You're going to come here? And then, oh, everything's all okay. I'm like,
and then
what?
You start seeing these flashes.
Yeah.
And it's going from, regular world to zombified world and back again.
So it's like,
you don't know.
You don't know. And it ends that way. And I'm like, no, that's not how you do a story. You don't sit there and leave it on this weird cliffhanger of where nobody wins to think, oh, maybe we'll do season 2. You're like, no, you give it to us in
I was kind of thinking after I watched this, because I was sitting there processing it and trying to figure out. I'm like, I can't figure out whether she's actually in the real world and she's flashing back to what happened, or is the real world actually being covered up like they're telling
I take it like WandaVision. That's how I took it. It's a global scale of WandaVision where it was just the town, but she's, because of now this infinite power that she has.
I guess that makes sense, because Wanda, that's what Wanda does in WandaVision.
That's how I took it. And then, and so I was like, I'm not into this. I don't want a rehash of WandaVision. I don't want a rehash of, I want to see at least the good guys do some kind of win. I didn't like the whole thing. Well, Nova Corps has already been here. I'm like, really? That's where you're going with this? And now, where we get the transmitter and they've always been here.
Brenda said she thought the ending was so dumb she doesn't want a season 2.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't watch. I'm not watching it. I'm like, no. Nope. Animation's great. I mean, if you're into animation, you want some really good animation and sucky story, then by all means, watch Marvel Zombies.
That was great.
I have a question.
What, Megan?
Sure, Megan.
Was it a continuation from What If? Because wasn't there a zombie episode in the What If series?
There was.
I don't know if it's really a continuation or not, though. I'd have to go back and rewatch the What If episode. I don't remember.
I'm not going to watch it.
Well,
I'm not going to watch it.
I didn't say I was going to. I didn't say I was going to.
You just said you would have to answer that question.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah, all right.
But it could possibly be a continuation from Marvel What If. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, actually.
Yeah. That's a good question, though. That's a good question.
I do want live action Blade Moon Knight, though. That I want. I think that'd be awesome. Let's do it. Let's make that happen.
All right. Better yet, with AI technology today, we can make our own. Have fun with it.
Our friends over at Nerdery Murdery, or well, not Nerdery Murdery, but Three Geeky Dads are going to get upset.
Yeah.
What in the world did Brenda put up here?
No.
She got a fish on there? What is going on there? That's so weird.
Nobody agrees. Take Lifeblade done right. Yes. On it.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking.
You know what? I like Nobody Fool because he's been agreeing with me this whole episode. Agrees with me on Star Wars. He's agreeing with me on Marvel. So yes.
What about Ripaverse? That's another one. We got to get.
What about
back on.
Ripaverse? He
Huh?
agrees with me on Ripaverse too.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Ripaverse is it takes so dadgum long to get your stuff.
Yeah, and I can't go to the store and just pick one up either.
Right. So
I've tried to get my comic book store to carry them, but they don't seem to be interested, unfortunately.
Well,
but
it's
I tried.
Probably not. It's probably not. I bet you there's probably some kind of. Yeah, it's probably not the normal channels for a store and stuff like that. So yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Well, hey. So anything else, Mike, on Marvel Zombies and stuff like that?
I really don't recommend this. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Again, the animation is fantastic. Blade was great. I loved him. I love that Spider-Man was in it. Beyond that, and I love the Trick Arrow, but beyond that, there's not much I can get on board with this thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to love this because, again, I love Deceased. I think Deceased is a great
Deceased
story.
was great. I had a blast doing that. That was your idea, and I was like, I'm not for sure. And then I just came out really enjoying it.
Oh, that's such a good story. And I would love DC to do an animated movie of that. I think that would be awesome. But
yeah,
just don't get the same writers that did the Marvel Zombie.
Right.
Because I'm thinking they didn't follow the books. I don't know. Again,
I don't know. But you know how some things are supposed to lead into others. Like, hey, watch this movie, and then hey, go back and see the comic books for more information. Or hey, if you really enjoy this comic book, let's do a animated movie of it, like Red Hood. That was one of my favorites. Was let's introduce Red Hood storyline and stuff, and Three Jokers. Storyline. I mean, you've got good stories, and they could lead in great animations. And some animations should get you back into the stories, but this animation did not inspire me to want to read the books.
Agreed.
And all. That's a whole other subject. Which is better, the movie or the books? But that's for another day.
I don't know if I want to invest the time in the books at this point after watching the movie. So it may have hurt them, because a lot of times, like you said, I might watch one of these animated films that I haven't seen the books on, I haven't read the books on, and then I want to go back and read the books. And I don't know, after watching this, I just don't know if I want to invest the time, because from what I understand, it's a lot of issues, and I just don't know.
In more ways than one.
I didn't even plan that one. That was good.
Oh, gosh. Everybody, you have our permission to Steven skip through this to watch some of the animation bites. If you see Blade on the screen, good
definitely
chances,
don't Steven
skip that. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? I didn't even ask you this time. Did you Steven skip at all?
I did not. Only because
they're so short. If you Steven skip,
they're short. You skip through the whole thing, right? No, I was enjoying the animation, and I was enjoying. It is very fast paced. So if you like fast paced stuff, it is fast paced. I didn't want to miss any stuff with Blade openly.
That makes sense. Like I said, he was the best thing in it. So
yeah,
fantastic. Okay,
yeah, there you have it. There you are, everybody.
I think that's all I got on that.
Okay, there we are. That's why we spent a lot of time, everybody, on hey, what's the geeky news and what's the geek dar.
The bad thing about this episode, we did nothing but rant on this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we did have some good points about Marvel Zombies here and there.
Hey, Tom's in the house. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Tom, I'm still waiting for my omnibus. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. It's all good. But Tom says first 2 episodes were blah, second 2 were better, but I'll never choose to watch it again. Blade and the Hulk were the best parts. Agreed.
There we go.
We concur. Yeah. Oh, for anybody wants to know, where can I buy Michael's book?
It's available on Amazon. Just search for The Immortality Code, Rewriting the Rules of Life and Death, or you can search for Michael L. Shanks on Amazon. Not Michael Shanks, because that'll bring up the actor.
Right.
And I am not him. Or you can go to www.michaellshanks.com, and that's my author's website, and there's a link there. If you'd like the audio version, you have to go to Two Geeks and a Microphone Ko-fi page. It is available on our Ko-fi page, and you can get it either by subscribing to Two Geeks and a Microphone. If you'd like to do that, we'd really appreciate it. And you get it for free for subscribing, or you can just purchase the audiobook that way too.
It's only $5. You made it reasonable.
Thank you. Good. He found it. Cool.
Nice.
I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also another fast read, actually. It's always something going on, kind of a thing. You know, I love how it's always been it's got a good thinking side to it, philosophical side of life and living forever, creating life and science, and you asked some really good thought-provoking questions through that book, so it's really good. So everybody, if you want to know more about the book, I do encourage you, the most recent episode of Nerdery and Murdery, check that out, because it is a good interview, because he asked you some hard questions.
He sure did. Oh my gosh, he hit me with some hard stuff. I was like, I wasn't expecting this.
I know, I was cracking up. I was like, oh, I don't think I want to go on the show, because if you ask me hard questions, I don't like, forget that.
Oh, I can't wait till your book is out and they have you on. Oh my gosh. You think my questions were hard? Oh, yeah. Yours is going to be way harder than mine.
Yeah.
You're in for it. That's going to be fun.
Right.
Well, when you're done with yours, you are going to be calling them assholes.
I like that when they were doing that in the chat and stuff. Got it for the Kindle read. Awesome. Oh, here, real quick. Nobody for anybody says got it. Thank you. Thanks for your support.
Yes, thank you very much.
We've been applying anything we've gotten from those to help for the show. That's kind of our purpose behind it, is to whatever we can invest back in the show and stuff. So thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I purchased mine October 15th, 2024. So you were right at the 1 year mark. And I purchased the audio.
Technically, I purchased mine before that, but
right.
Technically. And I did also purchase my electronic version, and yeah, I didn't purchase my audio though, or did I? Actually, I think I did, just to support us on Ko-fi.
Yeah. So it was good. It's good. So, all right. Well, with that, everybody, just want to give a big shout out to everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. We really appreciate it. If you have the opportunity, please go to our website, www.twogeeksmic.com. That's number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. And I'm kind of looking for where our thing is. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Whew. I was trying to find our banner on it. I was like, I can't find our banner. That's number 2 GEKSMIC.com. That's our hub, and you get to everything from there if you just want one place to go to take you everywhere else. If you want to connect with us, the best way to do that is our website, which is show@twogeeksmic.com. Mike does a great job of monitoring that. Me, not so much. So I got to give kudos to Mike for keeping up to date on those. And then website, where if you want our merch, you can get through it from our Two Geeks site, but you can also go to twogeeksmikemerch.com, and that takes you directly to our store where we've got some fun little t-shirts and all those funds really go to help support the show. If you want to support us in another way, like we mentioned earlier just now, you can go to kofi.com/2geeks. That's ko-fi.com/2GEEKS, or you could go to kofi.com and search Two Geeks on a Microphone, and we're on there. So really appreciate everybody being with us and hanging out with us. Again, if you support us, we do some really cool extra stuff on our Ko-fi page. It's like Patreon, but we think it's much more better. That's the first one I did this for today's episode. So with that, everybody, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Mike, anything else?
Well, we do have a episode. We are planning an exclusive episode. We are planning for Ko-fi in our classic sci-fi series. We are going to be discussing the movie The Running Man.
Yes.
Partially because there's a new Running Man coming out in November. And we kind of compare the original film with the original book. So that'll be fun. I'm not sure exactly when we're recording it yet, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon to our Ko-fi page. So with that said, please make sure and like and subscribe to us on all the socials. I am active on Facebook and Instagram. I'm trying to make sure I have active posts on Facebook with lots of fun geeky things, such as anniversaries of comic books or, movies or so on and so forth. So be looking for that kind of stuff and go comment on them. Just let's have a fun time with that stuff. I do a lot of work on it, actually. Anyway. That's the other reason I want you to comment on it, because I do a lot of work on those things. So anyway, you can see, goodness, what was I going to say? You can see announcements of when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest, because I don't like math. And we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and most of the time Rumble. When I don't mess up the link. Sorry to our Rumble subscribers. I will get it up there later. I promise. All right. That's all I got.
Yep. All right. Awesome. Well, that's all I got, everybody. So, Mike, sign us off.
All right. So please do not Steven skip this episode, because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,